Found a ring. Really, cat? Go. A couple weeks ago. Hi. What do you want? You don't like the camera. What are you doing? Heck. Oh, hello everybody. If you've been watching the videos, you know week and a half, 2 weeks ago, I can't remember how long ago now, I was down in San Diego in Mission Bay with Dustin and Dylan, and I found a dark blob that turned out to be a silver 1968 class ring. Through a little detective work, a little bit of luck, I ended up finding the owner of this, and I think it's pretty interesting, the journey that this ring took. Well, you'll see. I'm gonna run down all that stuff and the little snippet of information that led me to find the guy. Him and his wife were just like awestruck that it was found. I got a few pieces of him in here. He was gracious enough to let me videotape him and put in some of the things from his past. All right, so stick around. If you're new here to this channel or haven't watched any of the prior videos and want to see the whole video, I'll put a link in the description down below. And if you just want to see the ring real quick being found, here, I'll put that in right now. Gold here. I just got a signal up in the salad here, or the, what do we call it before?
Spinach.
The spinach, yeah. I just got a signal and I dug it up, and I think I got a ring.
Yeah.
A ding, a ling ding.
Wash it off. Looks like a class ring to me.
Dad, look what I found.
Whoa, that's
Okay,
cool.
is this what you do?
Yeah.
Hey, look at what I found.
That's cool. Come on.
Uh-oh, feels kind of lumpy.
I found it.
Oh, dude.
Right in that hole.
Come on, baby.
It's silver, because
Okay,
it's,
silver, but it's got like onyx in it, doesn't it?
yeah, something.
Maybe a gold inlay?
I don't know, it's pretty crusty. It's probably an old silver ring.
Oh, my goodness.
Kind of has that silver.
This is definitely a class ring, though, I would think.
Yeah, it has that really
Yeah,
thick silver look to it.
yeah.
Or it's just a fakey one you get at the 99-cent store.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's it?
dude.
What's yours come up?
Yeah, here, put it down and let's see what if it comes up super high. Oh, it's silver, dude.
Yeah.
Is it?
For sure, yeah.
Oh, dear.
47?
Yep, 47, silver.
Oh, big.
Yeah, the thing on top right here is riveted in. That's how they keep that stone on it.
All right.
The little thing. It's probably a class ring.
Zoe,
Yeah, it is.
say hi.
Yeah, there's some sort of little emblem thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got some sort of emblem.
I'll try to get
Better your shirt than mine. Mine's yellow, dude. That sucker's been there a while.
It's got like an angel. Hold on. Jeez. You might have to do electrolysis.
Yeah, I'll just wait till I get home and.
Oh yeah, it's flaking. Like all that tarnish flaking off her. That's silver.
Is it?
Yeah, it's cleaning
I'm
up.
too blind to see.
Oh yeah, it's cleaning up. Watch. I'll just rub it.
All the buildup coming off.
See how it's shining up? Yeah, this is high school at the bottom of that, in the middle of the stone. Sorry.
High school, silver high school ring.
Beautiful. Should do silver powers activated.
Cool. Yeah, this even looks kind of shiny up here. This part of it. That might be gold, maybe,
Maybe.
because that was shiny from the start.
Definitely.
Cool. Got a ring. Woohoo! Yeah, I'm on. Well, that there gives you an insight as to where I was at when I found the ring. I was in Mission Bay, kind of across the whole bay from SeaWorld on a beach called Crown Beach. And it's, as you'll see later, had quite a journey. I'm not going to say anything right now, but I will in a bit. Take a look. Now that the ring was found, it needed to be cleaned up so I could see what was on it, because I really couldn't tell. So I did electrolysis on it, brought it somewhat back to life where I could make out what the ring was, and I was definite now that it was a class ring. Wasn't sure where it was from, any of that kind of stuff. But now that I'd cleaned it off, I could make out just enough of it, see what I needed to see. I could see on the side a bullfighter, a bull with the spiky thing sticking out of his neck, and the bullfighter had a cape up in the air behind him. In the center of the stone, there was a crown at the top, and then there was a shield. And in that shield, it had M with a slash and another M. Down below in the ribbon was the part that was the hard part, because it had MT and then a space and an M. Then the next two letters were obliterated and UEL. And the only thing we could think of, or I could think of at first, was manual. Mount Manual. MT, MM, Mount Manual. So I went to the internet, and here's how that went. Well, hopefully you can see here that there's nothing listed here under Mount Manual. All these places are far away. There's Manual Arts, Mount Manual Chicago, Manual High School. And so this just really doesn't help. Manualhighschool.org. Where the hell is this even at? Nope, this don't work. Anyway, keep looking. Well, this is a little better. I changed the thing up here, and I typed in Mount Manual High School in San Diego, and Mount Manual didn't come out, but I see this right here, Miguel. So that's the same thing, and that could be what it is. And you look down here, this is in Spring Valley, California. And there it is right there. I don't know if you could see that right there. Mascot, Matadors. And that's what's on the side of that ring. Now I know something about this. All right, well, now my next step. Well, that little bit of searching right there took quite a while. I finally came up with the right high school with the mascot, figured out that it wasn't bulls, it wasn't whatever, it was a matador, which that's what was on the side of that thing, was a matador. So I think I had the right school. Now I just had to find somebody that matched the initials on the inside of the ring. So I belong to a thing called Classmates. Just for this purpose, you can check and look up different school class yearbooks of all California, the USA, all over the place. Doesn't cost anything. You just don't get to view a lot of the certain things and leave messages to people. And it was just by flat chance that I saw this little thing from a student in a total different place. So now I'm going to check out Classmates. This is where you can go and look up people that you find their class rings and try to match information with what you found on a ring. I mean, it's not what it was designed for, but that's what I use it for. So I typed in Mount Miguel High School, Spring Valley, and it came up with one match here. So click on visit, and then I want to change this 68 to 68. His last name was, the initials in the ring are NR. So there we have only one NR. A Nick Ricci, R-I-C-C-I. Graduated in 1968. See the person in their yearbook. Click on this. Okay, and then I got to go to 68. 68. And there he is, right there. Nick Ricci. All right, now that we know that. Well, next I typed in his name in the high school thing to see if there's anything else that comes up that I could use to find. It says 39 people found. Not him. Anyway, well, this ended up bummer. Well, anyway, this is what I found. I went to one of these things, and you can see results for been verified. It has an age and the city and the name, and he'd be 66 right now. If I'm 55 and I graduated in 90 or 79, that make him 66 years old. And there we go, right there. 66 years old, and that's the cities I'm looking for. Cool. Well, at that point, I had cities, 3 cities that this one person of age 66 had resided in. I guess that's all I could find from that thing. I wasn't going to pay him the money to search records and give me all his lowdown that I don't need to know. It's not right that I go digging like that, I guess. So I just started looking, and all I found was a bunch of dead ends after typing in the cities and the different things that I could use to search. I just searched and searched and searched and searched, and this took all day. So in the afternoon, looking around, and there was a thing that popped up on there. I'm going to kind of forego all the footage of the computer just to kind of tell you. A little thing came up on there about a school, Silverado High School in Victorville. When I clicked on it, it just brought up the high school, and his name had appeared in the highlight thing on Google search. But when I go to the website that was on, nothing would come up. So I kept clicking on that and then clicking on images and clicking back and forth, and all of a sudden there was this page that came up of Classmates again, which is that thing that I was using to find his image of him at his high school. And so I clicked on that, and it brought up this little tiny picture, which I enlarged and could read, and it was a girl. And it said, Mr. Reese is the coolest teacher. He lets us have nap time on Thursday, or rest time on Thursday. And it was from Silverado High School, but in 1993. So when I went to Serrano High, 1993, and typed in his name, this is what I got. Nick Reese. And there's his staff picture, which looked a lot like the other pictures. So I figured that was him. Pretty cool, huh? So I started checking around and couldn't really find anything. So I thought, what the hell? I called Silverado High School. The lady says, I've been here for 10 years, which would put it outside of 93. So she wasn't sure, but she says, I don't recall anybody by that name. Well, is there any way that I could leave a message to somebody or something that could, if he did go there, and they knew, could call me back? She said, no, you just have to call the district office. And she gave me the number of the district office. So I called the district office. The lady I was supposed to talk to wasn't there. So I left all the information that I thought would be pertinent for her to not freak out and think that I'm a stalker or something, but was just letting her know that I was looking for a guy something that I'd found. I told her it was his class ring, just not to say anything to him, just that I had found something related to his high school days, and he'll probably know what it is if you told him that. If he wasn't the one, could she please call back? Well, the next day it was around 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I get a phone call, and I looked at the area code, and it was the right area code. And so I answered the phone thinking it was this lady, and the gentleman on the other end of the phone goes, hello, my name is Nick Reese. I'm informed that your name is Ross Martin and that you have something that you have found something of mine. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. We started talking about it, and I asked him, what is it that he thinks that I found? He says, well, I'm not really sure. You know, he goes, I know I lost my class ring. I says, okay, sticking on to that subject, class ring. What was on your class ring? He says, well, I remember a bowl and a guy on the side. He goes, it had a black stone in the middle. He goes, I don't remember. It was made of silver. And I says, oh, cool. Okay, that's what I have here. I go, were your initials inside? He says, yes. I said, so that's pretty much, you know, gives me the okay that I know that this is his ring. I asked him where he lost it at. And he said, I know exactly where I lost it at. I lost it at Pacific Beach. And that's when I went, wait a minute, no way. So I'm going to show you a map right now of where I found this ring in relation to where he lost it. And just remember, okay, now I said this is a 1968 class ring. Okay. He told me he lost the thing 50 years ago. And I'm like, holy crap. Which would be just about right, because you get your class ring usually the year before you graduate when you're a junior. So that means he would have got it in 67. He lost it like 3 months after he got it. So it's been out in that ocean somewhere flopping around for over 50 years, or right around 50 years, which makes that thing's journey crazy, and that even it still is in the shape that it's in. But here, I'll show you a map real quick of the general location where he lost it and where I found it. Okay, this is the place where he would go surfing right here all the time back in the 60s when he was in high school. Can you see my mouse moving around out here? This is Tourmaline Surf Park. This is where he would hang out right here. Okay, I'm going to zoom out now so you see that area right there. I'm going to scroll down. Here's all the way down. Here's Pacific Beach. Here down to Mission Beach. All the way down Mission Beach. All the way down. Okay, now here's the inlet to Mission Bay. Here's San Diego over here. I mean San Diego, SeaWorld. Right here. Where I found the ring? On the beach. Right here. Right there. So that thing for 50 years somehow made its way from way up here all the way down the beach, somehow in this inlet right here, all the way up and to this beach right here. So only thing we could think of, since it's been 50 years, we don't really know, and probably may never know, how it got all the way over there. There was some theories that were floated around about the construction of Mission Bay, but that was a lot later. Mission Bay was started in 40, and by the 60s was already done. So I mean, other than somebody finding it and dragging it over there, I can't see tides washing it in, but you never know. The ocean is weird, does strange stuff. So how it got into over onto Crown Point. All right, everybody. Quick update. I'm an idiot. I got this whole thing figured out. I looked on the internet a little bit, and it suddenly dawned on me that that beach is in like a swamp. So there was no sand there. That beach I was on had nice, pretty white sand on it. So that's where all that came from. They probably excavated sand off of Pacific Beach, Mission Beach, all along that whole area, and brought the sand into that place to make it look nice and white, because the rest of the whole thing looks like desert. Like on the island out there, Fiesta Island, it's just dry. It looks like a lake, just a dead old lake. And that beach actually had sand on it. So that's how that thing got over there. Mystery solved. Nick says he was in all his years, he has never been to Crown Point. So that means he didn't lose it there. He knows for a fact that he said he lost it there at Pacific Beach. But I found it, and it's going back to him. So with all that being said and done, I'd like to introduce Nick Reese. Well, everybody, I'd like to introduce to you the man who owns the ring that I found a couple weeks back, Mr. Nick Reese.
Correct, Richie.
Richie.
Right.
Richie?
Yeah.
Here he is.
Good morning, folks. Amazing, isn't it? Well, Ross is going to spin the story, and I guess I'm going to get this ring returned that I haven't seen for nearly 50 years.
So I got it right here.
Oh, he's got it in a ring box.
I got it in a ring box. There it is. He hasn't seen this thing in almost 50 years. So we'll let him take a look at it.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible. Look at that. Wow.
He lost this just a few months after he got it, and we're not sure. He can't remember. It was 66 or 7, sophomore or junior. He's not sure.
Yeah, look at that. Man.
And it survived all these years out there. And you say you were never on the beach that I found it on.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, it was in Pacific Beach.
Yeah, and I found it on Crown Point. And Crown Point, the only thing we can think of is that Crown Point has whitish sand on it. So they must have excavated sand and drug it, you know, and put it on that beach, because that beach would look like a lake or just some cruddy looking beach, but it has sand on it.
That's amazing.
So what do you think?
I'm thinking that this is one of those little times in life where you just get a smile. It's very delightful to participate in this experience with Ross. This is awesome. I'm probably going to have to get a little handheld magnifier to see some of that stuff, because you said my initial was in there. Oh, he's got a loop.
You know how to work one of these?
Not really, but...
Just put it up close to your eye and then pull the ring. Here, I'll hold this.
Okay.
Then you can put it up close to your eye and then...
Oh my gosh. Golly, that thing is really amazing.
So you still see your initials in there, and you can see 10 or stir, and then the little snow cone thing I was telling you about, and
oh my gosh, there it is.
the little C with the circle around it.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
So I don't know what maker that was back then, because nowadays it's like Balfour and Jostens.
Is there a year on this that you could find?
Yeah, it's on the, see on the big pillars on the side. If you hold it up here on top, if you look at it straight on, you can see 68.
Increíble.
You see the bull and the matador, and I heard there's a guy in my club that went to this high school.
No way. Really?
Yeah, when I was telling this at the meeting Friday, he was like, "No kidding, I went to that high school." He says they've changed the mascot now. It's a matador still, but the bull don't have the whatever those spiky things are.
Picadors, yeah. Whoops.
I got a guy who can find it.
Yeah. No, that's crazy, man. Look at that thing. Doesn't fit. It was from. That's just. I think it's in remarkably good condition.
Yeah,
What stone is this?
It's
Is
probably
this
onyx.
That's what I think it is. That's
I would imagine it's probably onyx.
a good stone. That's amazing. And I greatly appreciate this. This brings back a lot of memories. I can remember that day and the feeling I had.
Yeah, you know, I lost mine about 3 months after I got mine throwing a snowball.
What is this? It looks kind of goldish here. What is
Yeah, that's what I said. That looked like it might have been, those things might have been plated gold, because when I found it,
you're right.
they were goldish looking, and that's why Dustin, the kid that's supposed to be here, when I pulled it up, he goes, "No, dude, that's gold."
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, he looked at it and he says, dude, that looks like gold.
You're
and I
right.
thought,
That's what it was.
they were probably plated
Kind
because
of
it,
highlighted.
yeah, and
highlighted.
it's the gold plating's been rubbed off, so it's not. You could probably take it somewhere and they could redo that.
No,
You know.
I wouldn't touch it. This is just.
I think it's just kind of cool the way it is. After
It's awesome.
you just you tell people, well, this thing's been lost in the ocean for close to 50 years.
Yeah, it
and
looks like it was. So you're just gonna return this thing, yeah?
it's not mine.
Man, I'm telling you. That's just incredible.
It's more of a. I mean, to me, it's just scrap, not sounding.
No,
you know,
I get that. Yeah.
But I mean, it's cool that I found it, but to be able to give it back to the original owner and see the memories come back, and the part where you were down there surfing, having fun, and you lost this thing, and I know the feeling because I lost mine. I haven't got mine back. I could imagine what it would be like if someone came up and had mine. So that's the joy I get, and a lot of us are that way. We just I found other rings that I would love to give back because to me it's just they're the rings, but for me, if I was to do anything with them, it's basically just scrapping.
Yeah,
and I'd rather give it
get
back.
a few bucks.
No, not that's not because I got all the stuff I've ever found sitting in the safe.
Yeah, really.
Doesn't it's just the thrill of finding it, and then I go, oh, cool, and I put it away, But to do this is where the fun comes in. It's like I get the joy out of giving this back and seeing your face and your reaction, and knowing that now the enjoyment you didn't get out of it, you're going to get it you're going to be able to wear it, and you'll go into here. I'm kind of goofy probably talking like this, but like after all the years, you go out to a restaurant or something with your buddies from high school or whatever, and say, look what I got after all these years, and they're just gonna they're gonna basically go, holy crap.
Well, it'll be a story that you will retell and I will retell, and much to the amazement of people. But thank you for your diligence at this quote hobby unquote, which is obviously more than that. Appreciate it. Very
My
much so.
pleasure. But anyway,
We can go grab.
that's the return, and I hope you enjoyed it all. I know Nick did.
I did.
I sure in the heck did, and we'll see you on the next trip. All right? Thanks.
Cool.
Later.
Increíble.